Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna talk about the Remirez family, and I think we should just go into it. So here we have the Remirez household. In the beginning of the game, in Bluewater village, the people living here is Checo Remirez and Lisa Remirez with their child Tessa Remirez. In my game, Checo was a really he loved his business and the what's it called? I don't remember the English name of the thing now, but oh god. The store that he has from the beginning of the game, he was there every day. He really worked hard for it, and it's level 10, so it's the only level 10 business I have ever gotten to. So I've actually been really proud. And then we of course has Lisa that worked her own job, and they started out having Tessa as a kid. Shortly after they got Kylie, um, that you can see has another last name now. She's the little sister of Tessa. Um, and with her, she got married to Orlando Remirez. He is called Orlando something else, but I don't remember the last name. He is one of the teenage townies. Um, and they got Rudy, and they got Uwe Ramirez. That's their two kids. Um, the interesting story with their marriage is not the interesting, but the annoying most more was that when they were teenagers, um, they had a flirt and they liked each other. I when I sent her to college, I didn't think about taking him with her because I was sure I try not to take too many of the townies, just to avoid everything getting too big, even though it's too late now. um, but Tessa never really found anyone else that she could win steady with. She has had a couple of kisses here and there, but no one to go steady with besides Orlando. Um, so in the end, it would just make sense. So I tried to um, age him up, but for some reason the game, even though he was an adult and he aged up with a cake, she still recognized him as a teenager. So they couldn't have any romance. They couldn't do anything because at that point, said earlier, I removed the adult and teen thing. And I tried some different things, but nothing worked. And in the end, I just gave up. But because I just never found anyone for that wasn't from the university for Orlando, I was like, she cannot just be alone. That would be so sad if she was just alone. Um, so I ended up sending Orlando to college with some of the other kids. So he went to college in the right way. For somehow I could take him to college even though he was an adult. So that was weird. Um, as you can see, he didn't even he got expelled. And when he went out, I kind of just matched their ages because I feel like he should be almost the same age as her. Um, so yeah, that's just how it happens and what it is. So their memories, at least his memories, is gonna be really weird and yeah. But now they are at least together, and Tessa is not alone. They of course got the two kids, Brody and Uffe. But yeah, let's go into the household and look a little bit closer to the people here. So let's start with Tessa. I have, I think this is the original bio. An excellent student and upcoming entrepreneur, Tessa can already sell a drink for a to a drowning sim. She follows her dad's footstep. She follows she's following in her dad's footstep. but will Tessa grew up to take over the family business and start one for her own. She took the family business over when Checo and Lisa died. She didn't hesitate to take over. She had also, after college, moved straight back home to help her dad with the business. So there was no doubt that that was what she's was gonna do in her life. So I feel like that was fitting for her. She is in the middle of neat and sloppy. She's a little bit more outgoing, middle of lazy and active. She's a little bit more serious and grouchy. Um, you got a little bit of the backstory with Orlando. See, this is this is annoying. I feel like she would be a family sim that wouldn't do these types of stuff. I wish I had put in the romantic standards simplified mod in a little bit earlier, but I didn't know it existed. Because I feel like that would make these things less. But oh well, that it is what it is. She's a popularity sim. Um, and there is actually not too much to tell about her, other than what I already said. Um, in my head, she is happily married with Orlando. She just was waiting for him to come back. I have this idea that he was out and traveling for a long time, and he took his college years a little bit later than everyone else because he was traveling so much. Um, and when he came back, he was sure that Tessa didn't want to, maybe didn't even remember him, but she did, and they got together. So I feel like they should have a happily marriage. So I will probably just ignore this. We will see if she gets wants to have anything to do with. I mean, I can guess we will look at it, but she is also closing up on her elder years, so we will see where it ends up. Yeah, let's talk about Orlando then. And here we have Orlando. He is a sloppy, kind of sloppy. He's outgoing and kind of lazy, kind of serious, and he's grouchy. I don't think he has a bio. No. As I said before, I feel like when Tessa went to college, he instead of going to college straight away, he wanted to see the world, so he was out traveling. Of course, you cannot see that in his memories, but it's this is such an annoying memory thing. But I feel like he was out traveling a lot, and first after many years he went home and went to college to actually try to get a degree so he could get a good job and stuff like that. But he got expelled from college. He didn't. I don't even remember how far he got. He got to freshman, sophomore, and junior. So it was the last year in college. He kind of flunked out. Well, that's what it is. But as soon he got out, he tried to find Tessa in hopes that she still remembered him, and she did. So they got engaged, and quickly after they got married and got their first baby Broody, and then Uffe in the end. Um, I feel like when they finally found each other again, things was just going so quickly, so quickly. But they were teen lovers, and they really liked each other again when they met. As you can see, they are also three bolts, so I think it's very fitting. But there isn't a lot more to tell about Orlando, I feel like. So let's go to Brody instead. So here we have Brody. As you can see, he's just in the beginning of his teenage years. He actually has a bio. I didn't think he would have that. Let's see. Brody is excited for life, even though his mom is always a lot of the time. I'm sorry, that's when again. Even though his mom is a lot of the time. Uh huh. I think Okay, I'm dumb. Even though his mom is away a lot of the time, the family business seemed very important to her, so Broody don't want to interrupt that. Will Broody get the same strong feeling for this family business, or will he lose interest with a mom almost never being home because of the business? I have a feeling like he understands the importance of that business because it's one of the most successful businesses in Bluewater Village and Pleasantview. But I feel like he is missing his mom a lot because she's rarely home. She's always at the business. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, and as I remember, they have a quite good relationship, both the kids and the parents. But I feel like he just misses her a lot. So we will see if he's gonna continue that, or maybe Uffe will be the one taking over when that's time. He is really neat and really outgoing, as you can see. He is a little bit more active than lazy, but he's a little bit more serious than playful, and he's grouchy. And he's a family sim, as you can see, at least for now. Uh, Maybe Yvonne is gonna ruin that. We will see. um, so yeah, let's look into his memory so I can see what happened. Because I feel like, why would they be mad at each other? I don't even know. That's interesting. Maybe no, he didn't even kiss anyone. Maybe he saw her kiss someone, but because they weren't going steady, it wasn't like a betrayal like that. It's kind of interesting because he is clearly furious with her. Before he was head on heel for her. He really liked her a lot. And they are also quite close in age, but if I remember correctly, Jovan is a romance sim, so it for sure it could be he saw her kiss someone and he got mad about that. Um, One of his earliest memories is sadly Checo and Lisa dying, but in the end he had a good relationship with his grandparents, and living with them made it so they had a lot of time together. Um, and other than that, he has just had a pretty relaxing life, I would say. Other than his mom being away so much, they sadly lost their cat, Coney. The cat looked kind of like Bongers. I don't know why it's not showing up, but that's what it is, yeah. But yeah, we will see where he ends up. Interesting to see if I can figure out what actually happened with those two, because I feel like that would be a good storyline for him with Yvonne, but oh, we will see what happens later. And here we have Uffe. I don't know why the baby is on the floor, but the baby is on the floor. I guess we can get Uffe to just know Orlando to put Uffe in his crib. Um, I feel like he would do that. But this is just Uffe, a little sweet boy, and we will see where he ends up. He has some good
What?
parents. At least his dad is really nice. He's really good with the kids.
Blah, 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 blah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see where everything ends up. And that was all for the Ramirez family. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!